Greetings everyone! Today I'm going to be doing a reaction video to 50 things that are only possible in Australia. I don't remember if I already checked out this video, if it was a similar one in my other channel. But it was like 3 years ago, it was during COVID time, so I don't really remember that much. This channel is brand new, so we gotta check out as many videos as we can to learn more about the culture of Australia and its history, of course. So without any further ado, let's watch this video. Let's go.
Okay, it's pop quiz time. Which country has the longest fence in the world? How about the second largest Greek population? 3 times more sheep than people? Okay,
Really?
one word will give it away.
I thought it was the kangaroos, that there are more kangaroos than people.
Kangaroos! Yeah, I'm talking about the land down under. So, what do you know about Australia?
Okay,
So let's
that's
start with the
also new.
name. Australia comes from the Latin word Australis, which means southern.
Wait. So is the hominin species Australopithecus come from Australia? Maybe it was discovered in Australia, the remains of that hominid. How do you say it in English? I don't know. I guess, right? Could be. I have no idea. Maybe he's
Way
gonna
back
say
in the 2nd century, there were legends of a mysterious Terra Australis incognita, or unknown southern land. Well, now it's very known, so let's get to know more about it. Despite the stereotypes of hot, sunny weather year-round, the Australian Alps, which are the highest mountain range in the country, get more snow than the Swiss Alps
Wow!
do. Better grab your skis.
Snow in Australia. Okay. I'm already learning something new. I couldn't imagine that. That's
The world's
crazy.
longest national highway is in Australia. It stretches for over 9,000 miles.
What?
For comparison, the Earth's diameter is about
Yeah,
7,900 miles. It's actually a network of
Wow.
highways that connects all capitals of the mainland states. Now, I'm sure you've heard of
Kind of like they say that we have in Italy, all roads leads to Rome. So yeah, pretty much the same in Australia to its capital. No, it's not its capital, right?
highways that connects
to
all
the
capitals
okay,
of the
okay.
mainland states.
All
Now,
capitals.
I'm sure
Not
you've
just
heard of
the
the Great Wall of China.
Yeah,
But
of
what
course.
about the Great Fence of Australia?
Never heard
Okay,
of
that's
it.
not what it's called, but still, the Dingo Fence in southeast Australia stretches for nearly 3,500 miles. For
What?
comparison, it would easily cover the entire span of the U.S., from Los
That is
Angeles to Houghton, Maine.
crazy.
Now, it might not be so surprising to know that Australia is huge. It's about the
Yes.
same size as the continental U.S., about 2,500 miles wide. The distance from the west to east
What the
coast
hell?
is further than Barcelona to Moscow. In all, Australia
it was
is the
that
world's
big.
6th largest country and the only one that's also a whole continent. But with all that territory, over 80% of Australians live within 60 miles of the coast. This makes the country one of the most coastal-dwelling populations in the world. And that means a whole lot of beaches. In fact, they have so many that if you decided to visit a new beach every day, it would take you almost
What?
30 years to see them all.
What
The biggest
hell?
property in Australia is about 40,000 square miles in area. South Korea could fit into it with room to spare.
Bro,
The
come
country's
on.
termites are busy building huge properties as well. Their mounds are the tallest animal-made structures on this planet. Before humans
Really?
arrived, the
Termites made that. That is
tallest
insane.
animal-made structures on this planet. Before
What the
humans
hell?
arrived, the continent was home to megafauna. If you lived there about 46,000 years ago, you'd be dead today. But you would have seen 10-foot-tall kangaroos, 23-foot-long goanna lizards, and ducks the size of an adult horse. Quack, quack. The largest living structure on the planet is the Australian Great Barrier Reef. By the way, it has its own mailbox, and there's a rumor
What?
that the fish there use eel mail. Yeah.
Bro, what?
Neither kangaroos nor
Those are worse than my jokes. But how is that even possible? How does it have its own mailbox? I don't understand it.
emus can walk backward. That's a fact. And that's why they're painted on the Australian coat of arms. Keep moving forward. The platypus, an egg-laying mammal that lives only in Australia, is one of the rare
It's so cute.
venomous mammals on this planet. Luckily, while the venom has an
Wow.
excruciatingly painful effect on people, it's not lethal. The takeaway? Don't fuss with a platypus. By the way, when the first platypus was brought to England, people there were sure that it was a joke. The English believed that Australians had sewn a duck's bill onto a rat's body to play a trick on them. Yeah, right up until he bit them. Not laughing now, are you? Swimming in the surf during the day had been
And that's how it started, that all the British people will start to send people to spend the last years of their life, doing works in Australia, not the prisoners.
illegal in Australia up until 1902. But after
Really?
one guy calmly entered the waves of Manly Beach one afternoon that year, surf bathing became increasingly popular. The largest Greek population outside of Greece itself is in Australia. Actually, to be more precise, in Melbourne. More than 160,000 people who live there say they come from Greek descent. Melbourne was the richest city in the world in 1880. These days,
Really?
Tokyo, Japan holds this title. And until 2018, Melbourne had been rated as the most livable city in the world for 7 years in a row. But then, it was bumped down to second place after Vienna, Austria.
Oh, that's
Come
so
on, Mel.
cool. I'm going to Vienna next month, so yeah, that's cool.
Get back in the game.
Yes.
One of Melbourne's founders was John Batman. Yep, that was his real name.
Really?
And get this, the city was temporarily called Batmania. Too bad they decided to change it to Robinville? Nah. In 2018, Australia ranked third after Norway and Switzerland on the Human Development Index. This index is based on education, life expectancy, and citizens' income. Basically, they got a good thing going down under there. In 2005, security guards at the Parliament House in Canberra were prohibited from calling people mate. But the ban only lasted for a day, mate.
What?
G'day. If you're ever in Western Australia, you can visit one of their
Bro, what is that? Oh my god.
many super salty pink lakes. They get
That
the
is
bubblegum
so cool.
hue from a certain type of algae and bacteria, and they're totally safe to swim in.
Bro, that is crazy. Look at that. Bro, it makes no sense. How do you have such cool stuff? I mean, if you're an Aussie person, have you ever visited all these places that are listed in here? That is crazy. Wow.
Just be careful what you chew. Oh, and be sure to take a selfie while you're swimming in what looks like a giant pool of Pepto-Bismol. You can thank Australia for coming up with the word selfie in the first place. There are about 74 million sheep to 25 million people in Australia,
Wow.
which makes an impressive ratio of 3 to 1. Only China and India have more than that. Oh, and the kangaroo thing is totally true. There are twice as many kangaroos as there are people there. That's
Wow,
50
that's
to 25
crazy.
million.
Look
Speaking
at
of which,
that.
when a baby kangaroo is born, it's only half an inch long. It's also hairless
Really?
and totally pink. Kind of looks like a gummy bear. What
I was
else is
thinking
there
about
in
another
Australia?
thing, but yeah,
Oh,
okay.
that's right, koalas. And to top
Oh,
that,
I love
there are 10
koalas.
times more camels than koalas. Australia is the source
What? What? I didn't even know there were so many camels in
of
Australia.
a lot of the Middle East's camels. Now, in
Really? Do they import? Bro, oh my god, these videos are mind blowing.
Western Australia, it's against the law to be in possession of more than 110 pounds of potatoes. Well, every
Why would
country
you
has
have
its obscure,
110
bizarre
pounds of
laws.
potatoes?
The
Bro.
architect of the world-famous Sydney Opera House got the idea of this unique construction while munching on an orange. If you combine all the sails of the
Oh
building's
yeah, it
roof,
makes sense.
you'll get a perfect sphere.
Yes.
The most ancient fossils in the world were found in Australia. They were no less than 3.4 billion years old, even older than my leftovers in the fridge. There are so many different species in this country that only 25% of them have been discovered so far. Of the animals discovered to be native to Australia, none have hooves. Burger King miraculously turns into Hungry Jacks as soon as you land in Australia.
Hungry
It's the
Jacks.
Aussie franchise of the famous fast food chain.
Is it
Australia
better?
is a unique continent that doesn't house any active volcanoes. It's also the flattest continent on our planet. But it's got plenty of mountains, and one of them is called Mount Disappointment. It's just 2,600 feet tall, and naturally, explorers William Hovell and Hamilton Hume expected to see a great view from the top. However, after climbing the mountain, they discovered that there were too many trees growing on top and blocking the view completely.
Bro, what
Guess
the
how
hell?
the men felt. Australia has tons of unique flora and fauna species that you won't find anywhere else in the world. Among those are a staggering 1,500
I hate
spider
spiders.
species. Spider species, yeah.
Ugh.
On the bright side, and we are, while some of them are fatally poisonous, most are completely harmless. But how do I tell them apart? Oh, the poisonous ones wear signs. Got it. It's also where you'll find 21 of the world's top 25
that's even
most
worse
venomous
than
snakes.
spiders. Oh
More
my
than
god.
90% of Australia
Ugh.
is covered with some kind of vegetation. Since 1988, Australia has had a national floral emblem, and it's the golden wattle. When this plant blooms, it gets covered with the country's national colors, green
That
and
is
gold.
so cool.
Australia is a multinational country with more than 200 different languages and dialects spoken there. The most popular
Wow.
non-English languages are Mandarin, Greek, Arabic, Vietnamese, and Cantonese. There are 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites in Australia, including 12 natural sites.
Bro, 19 is really little. I mean, it's the 6th biggest country in the world that only has 19 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Seems to be very low, right?
3 cultural sites, and 4
That's
mixed
crazy.
sites. The difference between
That's a big
Australia's
site.
total length and its width is only 200 miles. Hey, do you have an 8-hour working day? You can thank Australian stonemasons for that. In
I work way more than
1865,
that.
they demanded to make 8-hour shifts the standard, and it spread throughout the world from there.
That's
With 8
pretty
people
cool.
per square mile, Australia has an extremely low
8 people per square mile. Bro, what are we talking about? What the hell? That's crazy. I think Italy is way more. I mean, my city, the city I live in is, I think it's big, like maybe 4 or 5 kilometers square, and we have 7,000 people. Yeah, it's pretty much like 1,002 per square mile. So 8 per square mile, that is insane. Wait, let me check.
population density. For comparison, there are about 93 people per square mile in the U.S. The
Oh,
National
93
Australian
people. Okay, so mine is exaggerated. Let's see Italy people per square mile. I like to learn about this stuff. Okay, 197 inhabitants per square mile in Italy. Okay, so yeah, 8 is really low. What the hell?
airline, Qantas, uses recycled cooking oil to power its interstate flights. So, have I missed any cool facts about Australia? Let me
I don't
know down in the
know.
comments. If you learned something new today, then give this video a like and share.
I mean, yes, probably about the history of Australia, right? The emu war. That was so cool. I mean, I don't know. There are so many things that we are still left to be discovered about this beautiful country/continent. So hope in the comment section you will recommend me more videos to check out. Hope also that you've enjoyed this one. And there's nothing else to say. Let's just meet each other in my next video. Ciao!